So again, thinking outside the box, you know, what's included in wildlife? What's included? What do you consider an animal shot? That sort of thing. So obviously, this is just a statue, and there's great clouds in the background. Lots of space, lots of motion. You know, a lot of that comes from the clouds. Here's a photo from John Canfield. John is one of the DPA instructors in Seattle. Great shot. I'm going to blow this. I'm not sure if I should have asked him. I'm not sure if these are seals or walruses, or maybe somebody will write in and let me know. But beautiful, just again, just a very sort of atypical shot in terms of parts of the animal, that sort of thing. You know, you don't have to just have a complete frame, you know, with like a box around the animal. You want to mix it up a little bit. You get better photographs. Gio is asking, wasn't that a teleconverter, not an extension tube? Yeah, sorry, I use the terms interchangeably, but you're correct, they're not. Teleconverter, like I said, is an extension tube, just goes between the lens, extends out. The teleconverter has a lens in it. So you snap the teleconverter on, then turn the lens into that, and it applies an extension of the focal length. Nelson is asking, wouldn't you lose quality because of the sensor size? I assume you're talking about the 2 times X factor small sensors, or the 1.5, 1.6 factor sensors. Yeah, that's been debated a lot. A lot of people are saying, well, this is better, this is better. Everything in photography is a trade-off. As I said, if you put a long lens on, you get the trade-off of a much longer focal length. You also, with a small sensor, you get less distortion, less edge distortion. They're kind of, if you will, a lens will produce this big a picture, but by making the sensor smaller, they're taking the best part of it, the sharpest part, less edge distortion, that sort of thing. So there's pluses and minuses. The biggest advantage is size. I mean, you're looking at this camera here, which is this small sensor, and you throw a relatively long lens on it. As I said, this one will pop out to a 280. This combined with this is a lot smaller, lighter. I'm thinking in terms of wildlife photography. You're traveling, you're going on safari to Africa, you want to bring a big long lens. But if you got to lug that same lens, believe me, after walking around for a day with 3 cameras and 3 lenses and a flash and whatever, you're pretty much in rough shape by the end of the day. So whatever you can do to make your kit lighter is very helpful. This photo is by student Maria Arib. I apologize, Maria, I'm botching your name here. Is a webinar viewer in Boston, and this came in at the last minute. This is the one that I squeaked in. I'd already finished the edit, and this arrived, and it was low resolution. I'm furiously typing away. Maria sent me a larger file. She got it to me in time. I just love this photograph. Again, for lots of negative space, lots of just detritus in here. This beautiful color of this watering hole. It almost looks like a little tiny model or something. The whole thing just looks so bizarre. It's beautiful. It's striking. It just caught me. Love this shot. A lot of wildlife photography has to do with being in the right place at the right time, and by that I mean, excuse me. By that I mean catching the animals at the right time. Animals, depending on their habits, whether they're nocturnal or when they come out. The deer typically come out at the end of the day, that sort of thing. Some animals, obviously, if they're nocturnal, come out at night. Much trickier to photograph. So there's a little bit of planning involved. You have to figure out where the animals are going to be, set up, be there at the right time. Also, there's light. Light is a big factor. Obviously, photography depends on light. Here's a photo by Carrie Gallinson. She is a student of Christian Michaels. Chris Michaels, who teaches in San Diego. And this was great in that it was, you got the bear looking right at you. You've got great light. The light is coming in from behind the bear, causing this shadow here, making these ripples on the water. Parts of the water in shade from the shadow of the bear. You get the water streaking across the side of the bear. that makes a huge difference in terms of lighting an animal, whether the fur ripples and has depth, and, as opposed to just looking very flat. So a lot of wildlife photography, you need to put in some effort. You need to be there. And this applies to landscape photography, or if you're architecture photography. If you're photographing a particular subject, you got to get yourself up and out of bed and whatever it is, get to that location to get the great shots. Also, be prepared is a big thing. This is one of my photos. I was out in Calgary, Alberta, and sitting on a porch talking with some friends. Just happened to have a camera in my hand. Cat runs by, dog runs by. I jump off the porch. I'm chasing him. Cat dives under the car. Dog stalemate. I dive down, take one shot. Cat runs away. Dog's gone. Literally, the whole thing happened in like 20 seconds or less. If I didn't have the camera in my hand ready to go, wouldn't have got this shot. This is a really nice shot. I love this shot. This is from David Rich. He's a student of Aaron Latham. Aaron teaches DPA classes in Phoenix. And when this came in, I was kind of just flabbergasted. I was like, how did he get that angle? How did he get that close? I mean, at first I was thinking he was in a helicopter or whatever it was. And so I emailed back to David and I said, you know, fill me in here. And he very helpfully sent me the previous shot. So you can see here, this is actually a bird called a kea. It's part of the parrot family, but it's native to New Zealand. And you can see here the perch. And David, he does a lot of nature and landscape and travel writing. He's got a number of websites and that sort of thing. And he was obviously on assignment or giving himself a little tour of New Zealand, up in the mountains, saw this bird on the perch. He's obviously, you can see the trail. He's up behind the bird a little ways away. And as he told me, that he knew the bird was going to take off when these people were approaching. He saw it coming. So again, it's all about being ready, getting ready to get the shot. As the people got closer, the bird jumped up, and David snapped this great shot. Some beautiful, you know, he's lucky in that the bird just kind of happened to look back at him. You know, he got this kind of, as opposed to the bird's, you know, the bird's head could have been under here, like a little higher, hidden by its own wing. So he was a little bit lucky that day. But as they say, luck comes to those who are prepared. Very nice shot. Another one from Carrie Gellinson, who took classes with Chris Michaels in San Diego, and a couple of bear cubs. Beautiful, just really, really pretty shot. You know, they look like little twins, exact same body language, posture, that sort of thing. Who knows what they're looking at here, but it was. And this again, just in terms of being in the right place, the right time, having a camera ready, snapping a picture. Sorry, I got a couple out of order here. I'm going to move these down a little bit. There's always some glitch, isn't there? So now we're moving into a section of close-up and macro shots. Let's see, we missed one here. This is one of my photos actually in the, shot this at the Bronx Zoo. They were having a birds of prey raptor exhibition in addition to, you know, the regular stuff at the Bronx Zoo. And it was great because, you know, the birds, they had the birds do flying demonstrations, and then you could quite literally get very close. Quite often, as I pointed out, if you're shooting in the wild, that sort of thing, it's very difficult to get this close to the birds. So it was kind of a rare treat. You know, they just hold them there for, I mean, we had a good half an hour to take pictures of them before they hauled them away. Moving into the close-up shots, macro section. The alternative to long lenses, and this only works with certain animals. Close-up shots, a lot of animals won't let you get nearly as close. And this is a photo from Wolfgang Kohler. Again, we've seen a number of Wolfgangs. Wolfgang travels all around the world. He's got a huge archive of like 500,000 plus photographs from all his traveling. And when I was looking through some of his pictures, this one jumped out at me.